Hi guys, how are we all doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing alright. Tired, like I said. Spring break is coming. Cannot wait.
Me too. Excited for spring break. Excited that all my midterms are done. Ready to relax.
Yeah.
Feel.
No kidding. So we're traveling for spring break, but you guys traveled for school. So
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we did.
So I think that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about a little travel abroad program and what you guys thought. I mean, I personally haven't gone yet, so I'm learning as much as the listener here. So let's get into it. So let's start out with the basics here. Like, where did you go? Like, why did you pick there? What was the draw to wherever you were studying abroad?
So I studied abroad in fall of 2021 in Sevilla, Spain. It is the southern the capital of the southern state of Andalusia. And I kind of did a process of elimination with it because it was like I wanted to go to a Spanish-speaking country because I was speaking Spanish or learning it for at least 5 years or so. And then because it was around COVID time, I was like, Latin America is, like, probably safe, but, like, it would be safer to go in Spain with COVID restrictions and stuff. And then, honestly, after that, there were 3 options that UWM did for, like, this outside program. It was either Madrid, Barcelona, or Sevilla. And I picked Sevilla because it was in my price range, as well as the fact that it wasn't the big major cities, so I felt like I had more of a cultural opportunity with it.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah, Alyssa, how about you?
I went to Rome, Italy. I studied abroad in spring of 2021. Yes, year is hard sometimes to think about. But last January. I
think that's 2022, though.
Yeah. This is 2023.
Wait a minute.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, period.
2022. Yes?
Yeah,
because I don't think they were doing study abroad in spring of 2021.
I don't think so either, because it was the year right after COVID.
Okay, word. Yes. Basically the first semester that you could study abroad, I believe, again.
2020.
Right?
No, because I studied abroad the semester before. That was the first semester. I did with a different program, not through UWM, but like a UWM partnership program.
Okay, word. I also did it through like a UWM partnership program. But I know that like at least I had to like sign a letter to the provost, like appealing to like why I needed to study abroad and like
I did have to do that.
Yeah,
too.
all kinds of stuff along those lines as well. So that was just like another hurdle I feel like.
Shout out to Yo Maria who works on campus. I literally interviewed with or talked with her about doing spring of 2022 in like mid-March of 2021, and she's like, yeah, the deadline passed for you to do it in the fall, but if you do it really quick, I'll let you do that. And I was like, word, I'll do that. So she helped me. All the UWM people are really good at helping with getting you to study abroad because it is such a good experience.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So shout out to that.
Very, very encouraging. But yeah, I guess the reason that I chose Italy is that I am studying Italian. I also needed to study abroad I'm a global studies major, so you're required to study abroad, and you're also required to do an internship abroad. So I studied abroad for the whole spring semester, and then after that I did an internship abroad in the summer.
Where?
In La Spezia, which is, the Americans know it as like the town that you take the train to go to Cinque Terre.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, I was there when I went to Italy. I went through there.
Yes, definitely. And yeah, it's just like a small port town. I worked at an international shipping company called Taros. Ooh. Shout out to Taros. But yeah, that was definitely like a small town environment. There wasn't a lot of people who spoke English unless you went to Cinque Terre like area, because that's like a touristy area. But like the town that I was actually staying in was pretty small.
So what was the process of you guys like even getting there though? Like, was there like an application you had to do to like school or do like a different program or like?
So I did mine through a different program, CEA, and so I had to apply through there as well as through UWM because I also had to get permission to leave the school, not leave the school, but like study abroad for a semester and have the transfer credits. And then I also had to apply for a visa, and that was, I honestly think, the hardest part of the whole process because you have to go down to Chicago to the consulate, and at that time you had to get a reservation for it because it was COVID and reservations filled up really quick, so I'd have to be up at midnight like trying to fill out those things. I don't think they do that anymore. I think they just do walk-ins now, which is really nice. But then you have to have all these forms to make sure that you like have everything you need to have, like insurance showing that you're going to be studying abroad and that you have a housing situation and that you have enough funds to like provide for yourself while you're there. So that was definitely the hardest part of it, just like getting that all together and the anxiety of like, am I gonna like miss something? Because when I was there, one of the things that you need is a photo, like a photo of yourself from your passport. So I got the one that the post office gave me when I got my passport, but the guy at the counter was like, it's not glossy enough. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, no, you need to go to the CVS across the street, get a photo, and then bring it back. So then I had to do that. And I ended up, the visa, everything worked okay, but...
That's so stressful,
Yeah.
though, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. But other than that, it was smooth sailing, for the most part.
That's so nitpicky, like, your picture's not glossy enough, we can't accept it.
Yeah, but that's
I
like how
just put some
stressful
clear
it
nail
is. Like,
polish
you have
over
to
it.
have everything right with it to make sure, because you're going to another country and you're there for over the 90-day limit.
Mhm.
So you gotta make
Gotta
sure.
get that in order.
Gotta get that in order.
Definitely. And on top of that, usually I know like if you don't have everything like exactly right, like they will send you back
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to go and get like another appointment.
Yeah.
But I was really lucky because on campus, if you're going to Italy, Simonetta, the head of the Italian department, well, when it was the Italian department, now it's the Global Studies department, but the Italian like professor
Mm-hmm.
is actually like a consulate proxy. So I just met with her at UWM. She stamped it, and then I sent it to the consulate, and they sent me my visa.
I'm jealous. Also,
Yeah.
my siblings studied abroad, and they didn't do that. They went to Chicago. I'm gonna tell them that. That's gonna make them laugh.
Well, I
Be
was
like,
gonna
what?
say it's definitely like something where like I knew Simonetta because she was like my professor, and I've taken like a lot of classes with her.
Sure.
So she was just like, I can just stamp that for you, basically. And then I met her at her office. She looked through all my papers, and then yeah,
That's so convenient.
it was so convenient. But it was still really stressful. So like, you have to get like a letter from your bank, and like my bank was like, I don't know how to do that. And then I was like, well, I mean, just basically say how much money I have in my account, I think. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And just like all of the like nitpicky things, like you said. And then on top of that, like you had to, at least for me, I was like trying to get classes that matched up with my major.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to like search through all the syllabuses like available for the school that I went to, and I went to John Cabot in Rome, and I had to like try and find classes that were close enough to each other that like professors would like be able to like give me the credit for that class in order for me to still graduate on time and get like the credit that I needed.
Yeah, I remember my first week when I was actually in Sevilla, because I had classes both with the partnership program, because they run through a university that's in the States, as well as it's called UPO, or Universidad de or Pablo de Olavide. And so they scheduled me for advanced Spanish and international business, and I think one more class, or like a Sevilla cultural studies class at the partnership. But then at UPO, they scheduled me for a different advanced Spanish class. I'm like, I don't need two of them. So I was like, and they're old school, so like I had to go into the classes and have the professor sign a sheet to say that it was okay for me to do that. And the first class I wanted to, it filled up right away, and then the other class, thankfully I was able to do that and make sure that it was good. But yeah, for sure.
all parts of it just sound so stressful leading up to like the actual being there, or like even when you are kind of there.
But once you're there, it's really like we all call the group that I was with. It was kind of like vacation school.
Mm-hmm.
We all maybe had we had 4 classes, most of us. A couple people had 5 classes, and you'd be there or do schooling from Monday through Friday, and then you'd basically have Friday through Saturday or Sunday off, and it was just so relaxing to do. Like, we would do homework assignments like in restaurants and stuff, just because we're like, it's so chill, like there's no stress about it type of thing.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
How did you guys pack to go? Like, that sounds like, honestly, the most stressful and difficult part of it all. Just, like, picking out what you're going to be wearing for the next 3 months and fitting it in, like, one bag, basically? Or, like, I don't know how you guys did it, but...
I mean, I am a procrastinator. So I basically just, like, chose what I thought would, like, look good together from what I had. And then, like, the day before I left, I was packing. And I realized I was like, oh, I need so many things. So I just, like, ran to Walmart and got all the things that I needed, like, contact solution and stuff like that. But the nice thing about, like, going abroad, at least for me, I feel like, is they're going to have the same things that you have here. I mean, it might not be the exact, but if you are you're gonna need shampoo, they're gonna have the shampoo there. Like, you forgot, like, your favorite t-shirt, you can go buy a new t-shirt there. It's not like the end of the world if you forget something that, like, you thought you were going to, like, need to have. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I packed super light. So I had 2 big suitcases that I was able to bring, and then plus a backpack for my school stuff. But I packed those super light because I knew that I was going to end up buying stuff like shampoo and all my other utilities of that sort. There was a Walgreens equivalent, like, right near where I lived in Sevilla, so that was really nice to get all that different type of stuff. And then I packed so light on clothes just because I knew that I was going to do so much shopping. I did so much shopping that when my family came to visit at the end, we had to buy another suitcase and bring it home, because even like Zara and H&M stores that we have here, they're so much better over there, and like even for the same or less of the price. So like I just love shopping in Europe. So I got a bunch of clothes there and ended up using that to my advantage.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I love to shop, so yeah, you probably did it the right way, like packing light on the way there. You probably also ended up with like just like better pieces in general, you know?
Because
like,
with the weather
story
too,
behind them.
Yeah, and like with the weather too, like it was towards the end of summer, and summer in the south of Spain is really hot. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I was thinking of the Sean Kingston song. It's like, the sun in the south of Spain. Anyway, so, yeah, but then it got colder, and also, like, the people there, they wear, like, long sleeves and long pants during when it's, like, 90 or 100 degrees out, and I was like, for why? For how? But, like, I'm a Minnesotan, and that's, like, tank tops and shorts, but, like, you also gotta accommodate to them, too, because, like, you look weird if you're doing that.
Yeah. Is it, like, for sun protection more than anything?
Well, like, I think they are more reserved, I want to say, quote unquote, because it's still like they're becoming more modern, but it's also like somewhat of a Catholic state in a way where it's like it's more reserved and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just may be the fashion of it too.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no kidding.
I feel like also, like, going off of that, like, it was like the same in Italy. Like, you would wear, like, people would wear coats, and like people who were Americans would be wearing like t-shirts and stuff, and the Italian like nonas would come around and be like, you're gonna get sick, you need to like, don't walk outside with your wet hair, like, you're gonna get sick.
It's like I'm literally sweating right now, and it's 40 degrees, and
yeah. But like the other thing is like just like people in Florida who wear like sweatshirts when it's like 50 degrees outside and we would wear like a t-shirt. Like, it's just what you're used to and like the weather that you like adapt to over time.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, cold for you is different than cold for someone else.
Okay, but I still will never understand shorts in the winter.
Yeah, okay,
I
that's
will
just an
never-
anomaly. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, the boys that walk around with
Yeah.
their like basketball shorts are like, for why? Like, what?
I know your legs are cold.
I know your legs are cold. Everyone knows
wins.
it.
Sorry.
You don't need to hide it. Like, you're not any less of a man if you keep saying
Pants don't emasculate you at all.
No.
That's so funny though. So I guess what were your like most fun experiences? Like, or like what is the epitome of your study abroad experience in one story? The epitome. Oh, okay, we don't have to do that.
I wouldn't say one
mean,
story, but
one
just like
story.
the fact that I said before that Monday through Thursday you were in school, but then every weekend you had the ability to travel. And I'm sure you had the same experience in Italy. Like, there's so many different flight companies or train companies where round tickets are like $50 to go to places. So I didn't go as many places as other people in my program, but I went to Amsterdam, I went to Morocco, I went to Ireland, I went to all these different places just because, like, for the weekend to spend these trips, because it was just so convenient and so close for me to experience all these different places to go with these people that I just met a couple weeks ago, but are coming like really close friends with me.
No kidding.
Type of vibe.
Definitely. I had a similar experience for sure with all of that. I traveled to like Greece and Spain and Switzerland and Amsterdam and wherever. But I also spent a lot of time in Rome because that was like why I went there, and I like didn't want to like feel like I hadn't been in the city that I was like studying in. So I really enjoyed like getting to like Rome is such a cool city. Like, they call it the Eternal City for a reason.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
there's like so much going on all the time. You're never going to be bored. They have events constantly. You can go to museums from all kinds of different times, learn about all kinds of different things, and just like there's like parks and so much culture just within like, well, it's not a small city, but like just within Rome itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, I probably traveled like half the weekends, but Spain is like known for its nightlife too, so like I wanted to be able to experience those weekend experiences that I could do there, and also like what is life like as a local compared to a traveler. I tried to get that experience too, because local people don't usually travel as often as tourists or American people do when they do there, so being able to get both of those experiences as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. I feel like that's really important though. Like, not just be there. I mean, like, I'm not going to tell anybody how to spend their study abroad, but I feel like getting to know the culture and like how a different culture lives like on a daily basis is like, I don't want to say like eye-opening, but like eye-opening in a sense. Just
Oh,
like,
absolutely it is.
it opens your world up even more.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just like helps to like shift your perspective in general. Like, learning like the different ways that people think and different norms that people have is like not something that like a lot of people like tend to think about when you're like just surrounded in the same environment. But when you like go and insert yourself into like a different environment, you're the odd one out, and you're observing like all of the other norms that are like around you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's a vulnerable position to be in, but it pushes you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, sweet. Thank you guys for sharing like your experiences and stuff. And yeah, it sounds like you guys had a great time.
It was a hoot and a half.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, good.